Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the stream. How's everybody doing today? Today I just want to go over a little bit before I start the video. Hello, Zipopherus. First things first, we're playing some Pharaoh today. I want to keep going with that until I can actually finish the game. But I also want to mention, just do like a little like update on what I want to do. Let's see if I can actually pull this off. What if I... Oh, no, that's not what I want. What if I did this? I think this will work. There we go. So, this was what my plans were for this year so far. So obviously, we started the year off with Slasher's Keep. We finished that. We finished the Slasher's Keep run. And I also started playing on Rogue Trader, Warhammer 40k. I don't think I'm going to be going back to Rogue Trader. If I do, it's going to be something that I do in like one big long series of streams, kind of like what I'm doing with Pharaoh right now. Because there's just so much dialogue in that game. And don't get me wrong, I like dialogue, but geez, there's a lot of dialogue in that game. There are paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs of dialogue in that game. So I just don't think I'm going to be continuing with that game. It's just too much. It's too much. There's a time and a place, and it's not right now. Maybe I'll go back to it at some point. I don't know. Dynasty Warriors Origins, I'm on vacation next week, and I'm planning on finishing up Dynasty Warriors Origins next week while I'm on vacation. I'll probably jump back and forth between Pharaoh and Dynasty Warriors until Dynasty Warriors or Pharaoh is completed, and then I'll finish out the other one. And then I'm hoping by the start of May, we can jump in. Oh, you're fine, Zipopherus. You don't have to miss every single stream. Or you don't have to get every single stream. It's all good. Hey, if you missed a stream, it'll be on YouTube too. There's a link to the YouTube channel below my description. You click on that. It's right here, and it will take you to the channel. And I post all of the VODs in like episodic periods over there as well. So I also do other things on the channel. Right now I'm playing a lot of a game called OpenFront.io. And that's just individually recorded videos. But and I also tried to do that like once or twice a year to have like a pre-recorded series up on there. That's not like streamed. But yeah, I'm hoping by the beginning of May we can maybe jump into Majesty 2. So that brings us to the games that I'm looking at doing. I want to pick up Shadow of Mordor. I want to play that game. I think that's going to be next on my list of dockets after I finish up one or both of these games. And I also want to put Hollow Knight on this list because I got it super cheap a while ago and I've been meaning to play it. But yeah. So I think that's all I'm going to be doing as far as like talking and rambling about back-end YouTube stuff. So we can actually, yeah. I heard Hollow Knight is great. It's been a long time since I played a game like that before. I think it'll be interesting to play. But we'll go from there. For today, though, today we have a job. Last time I streamed, I only did one city because our next city has an obelisk. And those are going to take some time. So we have a choice here. We can either do Dunqul Oasis or Dunqul Oasis. Let's go ahead and grab our coin flip here. Because, yeah, I don't want to seem unfair here. I want to give each of these missions a chance. Let's see if I can do this without being stupid again. I am such an expert at streaming at this point. I would never accidentally dox myself. Let's see. Alright, I give up. We're going to do it like this instead. Yep, we're gonna do it like this instead. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna say Dunqul Oasis will be heads and Dunqul Oasis will be tails. Let's go. And it's tails, so we're going to be doing Dunqul Oasis. Alright, it's gonna be a combat mission. For better or worse, who knows? Let's hop in here. We need 3,500 people. Kingdom rating, a really high kingdom rating, notably. And we're going to be dealing with the Kushite threat. All right, and we're going to have to build an obelisk. This is going to be the first time we've built an obelisk. I've been managing to dodge all of the obelisk missions so far, so I guess it was inevitable that we would get one eventually. All right. Peppy!
Peppy has
Yeah, Peppy!
and awarded your family the status of Chancellor. But it has come with a price. Centralized authority continues to erode.
We got all these cool names like Imhotep and Khufu and Khafre, and then we have Peppy. Alright.
Famine has begun to appear in Egypt. Mennefer, once a splendid and beautiful city, is beginning to decline. Seers foretell difficult times to come. Powerful neighbors are moving to take advantage of Egypt's increasing weakness. The outpost at Buhen is under siege from fearless Kushite soldiers sent from Kerma, the largest non-Egyptian city in Africa. The Kush are demanding tribute, and the slightest provocation could lead to an outright attack. Nubia, too, has issued a call to war and is seeking to reclaim lost land.
Alright, so the old kingdom is in decline. All of our enemies are moving. Things are going to start getting interesting and dramatic in ancient Egypt here. And I hate the look of this map.
His journey to the afterlife will make frequent requests for stone to build
frequent requests for stone?
And other cities short on food will seek sustenance from you.
Food?
Use your resources carefully. Valuable wood is plentiful at the Oasis.
Okay, there's plenty of wood.
Some of the forest must be destroyed to access the limited water supply.
Alright, let's see what we're dealing with here. That's a hyena. Okay. Yeah, they're south of the ancient Egyptians. They're in. Oh, I kind of hate this map. They're like south of here. They're like in this area. But so yeah, we got this is our map. What am I supposed to do with this? All right. I guess I'm going to start building my city here. That seems like the most obvious place to do it. You could also build a little bit of an enclave over here. This is awful and gross, and I hate it. Okay, let's see what we can build. Okay, we could build gemstones. We can get sandstone and granite. That's pretty nice. I assume it said that we were going to have to get stone. I'm not quite sure which stone we're going to need, so we may need to build all of it. We do have woodcutters. So woodcutting is really nice because if you come in here and you look at the price of wood, wood is extremely valuable. I can export it for almost 200 Pharaoh bucks. And that is more than some of even like the finished goods like papyrus and linen. Wood is very good. Wood is very valuable. So if we could get a couple of trade routes open for wood, we may be able to sustain our economy. Yeah, exactly. Egypt doesn't have many forests, and historically and in this game, a lot of times when you purchase wood, it comes from Byblos up here. Yeah, Byblos up here has wood. And I believe at some points you also have a city up here on Cyprus that sells wood. But yeah, that's an extremely valuable commodity that we're going to want to make use of immediately. So we have lots and lots and lots of stone, so that's probably going to be our primary source of I don't know, exports other than wood. And let's just you know, I don't really know where these things spawn, so we're just going to pretend like this corner of the map doesn't exist anymore. We're just gonna have like a hyena zoo right there. That's fine. We'll deal with that. All right, so yeah, that's yep. Up here. Yep. All right, so we're going to immediately start. What can we do for food? What are we doing for food? Hunting lodges. Okay. What are we hunting? We're hunting ostriches. Okay. All right, so there's our food. Do we have any other food sources? Or is it just going to be... Okay, there's some more food down there. Okay. All right, we got this. All right, let's go ahead and build a line of housing right here. This is going to be a pain. There's so little room for development. Okay. We should be able to make this work, though. Obviously, it's a mission in the game. People have to have beaten it at some point, right? Is like the country like I don't know if like other countries have like country plants or something, but like is the country tree like the cedar? Or the species of choice, yes? Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure, like, I live in North America, and like everything over here has like, oh, this is this is our national flag, this is our national tree, this is our natural bird, this is our national zebra, or whatever. It's kind of wild. We have 3 gods, Set, Ra, and Ptah. Okay, well, let's go ahead and unpause the game. We're going to go ahead and start setting up our food sources. We're going to put a granary all the way over here. And we're also going to put our hunting lodges over here. I don't know if I really like that, being so close to the housing. We'll just have to kind of deal with it. And then we'll also build a temple to Ptah, Ra, and Set. Yeah, we'll put it there, I guess. And then Set is also our patron god, so we technically should have 2 temples to Set, because otherwise he'll get angry. There we go. Alright, so we have water, we have food eventually. We have deities, we have places of worship. Next we need entertainment. This is going to be an extremely claustrophobic map, I can already tell. There we go. Tetrahedron, how's it going today, man? Staying out of trouble? Alright, so we could put housing down here as well. This is just such a painful map. This map was made to be hard, so I can't, well, good morning then, Tetrahedron. We also immediately want to throw down some recruiters, if possible, but I don't think we're going to do that just yet. I need to get more. I need to get more people. This is not going to be enough people. So how do we... Okay, we can get to the trees over here. Modded Empire at War? Star Wars? The Bible mentioned the first Jewish temple being from cedars bought and exchanged from Lebanon. Yeah, there's a lot of history over there. A lot of history. I have some friends that are into Empire at War. It's a fun game. I don't play it as much as I probably should. So I think we're going to build more housing over here. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to build something like this. And then we're going to have our woodcutters, like, over here. I think that's what we're going to do. Oh, this is going to be super jank. We're also going to put the temple to... Okay, that was the right temple. We're also going to put the second temple to set over here. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like the base game. I thought Empire at War was pretty cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get some desirability going. There we go. And as soon as we get this housing set up, we're going to want to start woodcutting. Because we're going to need woodcutters for exports. Otherwise, we're going to run out of money. Granted, I know how it feels to run out of money. I don't want to run out of money. There we go. Ooh. I also need water and support infrastructure over here. So we'll go ahead and we'll put our water supply... I don't like that, but we're gonna go with it. And we'll put our architect's post and firehouse here. Like that. And then we also need a bazaar. This is gonna be kind of a slummy area, but it is what it is. Okay, so who buys wood? You buy wood. You're also very close, so the land route is very cheap. You buy linen. Interesting. You don't buy anything. This city here just exists to sell stuff to me. Okay. Fair enough. Same with On. Okay. Alright, so it looks like wood is going to be our primary export. Which we kind of suspected that already, but, you know. It's good to confirm that. Yes, chickpeas are a food resource in this game. There's a lot of cool stuff like that. Figs, chickpeas, very common foods in this area. But in this case, we're just dealing with meat and game. We're just hunting the lowly ostrich to extinction. I think these are ostriches. Yeah. Alright, we have a little bit of unemployment. That's good. I'm actually... yeah, a little unemployment. 30% unemployment. 30% of our populace is not employed. Okay. We can fix that. That's a huge mansion. Okay. What I really like is the city. That's a huge city palace. What am I supposed to do with that? It's enormous. Okay, well, maybe we avoid the city palace for now. We need to get a recruiter. We need to start putting down some archer forts. We need to start selling wood. Maybe we just build a whole bunch more woodcutters. I mean, we can't have that much I mean, we have that much unemployment, but but we can't have that many people who are unemployed. Yeah, I was afraid of that. All right, so we're just going to immediately go into debt and build a couple forts. Plop them over here. Why not? Yep, we're out of money. We only got a 1,200 gold from that. It might have been 2,000 gold. Yeah, it was probably 2,000 gold. All right. These missions are going to start getting harder. We're not going to be given as much money. The trade out to Kerma has been shut down. That's not the important one, is it? No. The important one is to Buen. Alright. Let's go ahead and plop down a physician. And we're gonna put one over here, too. Yeah, that's probably fine. We're gonna have more housing. It's just gonna be weird. There's not really a lot of space on this map to work with. But that's okay. What is going on here? Oh, I know what's going on here. I forgot to set this to accept wood. There we go. Excellent. I was like, why am I not getting any wood? It's just because I'm... No, Buen! I needed that. Uh-oh. Are we gonna lose? I don't have anywhere to sell all the wood that I'm getting. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. New plan. Jewelry. The game's like... Oh, there we go. The game's like, hey, I heard you wanted to sell some wood. Yeah, you're not gonna get to sell any wood today. What is that? 60 weapons in 3 months? Come on, game. Come on, game. You're messing with me. Yeah, I'm in debt. I'm going to be in debt because I just spent all of my money setting up wood production and I can't do wood. I have to do this. I have to set this up now or we're just going to go bankrupt. Okay, let's do jewelry. And we literally might as well just turn off the wood production. That's the first time I've had to do this. We're under attack. Give us weapons. Yeah. Yeah. I have no idea. How many weapons did they ask for? 60? There's no way you'd be able to get that much at all. Ever. 60 weapons? No, because I can't even, yeah, I cannot produce copper, which means I have to import the copper. I have to import 6,000 copper? No, the game's setting me up to fail. Yeah. That's gotta be it. I already have an enemy army attacking me. I hope I actually have... I don't have any troops. I have 1 archer. I have 2 archers. Uh-oh. We might actually lose this. This will be the first time I lose a mission if we do. But at least if we lose... No. That's... Why? Oh, no. At least if we lose, we know what to do now. Wow. That's impressive. I am completely blown away. That is crazy. Okay. So what have we learned? Don't build wood. Cities are going to be making requests that we're not going to be able to fulfill. And we need to start producing troops and gems and luxury goods immediately. All right, let's go. Let's try this again. Take 2. Yep. We know what we're doing here. All right, first things first, we're still going to, like, keep these hyenas penned forever because they're evil and they deserve it. And, yeah. We're going to have this be the same layout as before because I think that worked just fine. We're going to put a few more houses down, though. Yeah, we're going to do something like that. And, put a water supply and a bazaar. All these important things I already had set up before. There we go. Okay, so the game's not playing around anymore. They're not gonna let me get my footing, it seems. That's okay. We're immediately going to put down a recruiter. Along with 2 forts. There we go. And we're immediately going to start working on these gems. So, what is a trap? I can't believe the game set a trap for me. You know, I always talk about how I don't trust this game. That's like the perfect example as to why I do not trust the game. Because we haven't seen it. This is the first time we've seen it. The game loves to mess with you. Alright, let's, we got the gems, we got the jewelers is what we need. There we go, we're gonna get 6 jewelers. Our economy is going to be running on jewelers, basically. We're immediately going to go into debt. That's just a given. The game, the game has decided this. We'll put the temple there. We'll put a temple there, and we'll put a temple to there. Yeah, we'll put a temple there. Okay. Let's unpause the game. Let's start getting people in. We'll set up a booth with the juggler stand. There we go. All right. Let's get some people in. Let's start working on this again, shall we? I'll just put a roadblock over here. There we go. Okay. Well, that was an exciting first attempt. You yearn for the mines? The gem mines? Yeah. Same. Has anybody watched the Minecraft movie? Is it as horrible as I imagine it might be? I think it might be worth to watch because of the memes. Very memorable. Yeah, I figured as much. I thought about going to watch it, but I also really don't like going into the busy theaters, and I hear that is like one of the reasons it's memorable is because of the theater experience of having like a lot of people there. And I'm not big on crowds, so I might skip out on that. We'll see. So bad it's good. That's fair. I think that's might be a fair assessment. That definitely runs in line with what I've been hearing. Alright, so we're going to have a massive worker shortage. That's just what's going to happen until my my housing develops. That's okay. But our housing will develop, and that's the important part. I'm half tempted to just run this string of housing the whole way over. I know these houses will never be desirable, but I need workers right now. And they're just gonna have to accept their lot in life living next to the jeweler, which definitely is not putting out toxic fumes. Alright, who can I sell? So we know that these routes are going to be shut down. Does anybody actually buy jewelry? Okay, Men Nefer buys jewelry. There we go. Good enough for me. Yeah, so far this is the first mission that seems to be wanting to give me unreasonable expectations. Why is Minecraft so popular? Obviously, the children yearn for the mines. I don't know. I enjoyed Minecraft for the period of time that I played it, but I never really, like, I don't know how to say it, like, endeared myself to it. Like, it was always something that I would play for a few hours and then, like, stop. Who knows? Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see why this mission would be pretty tough. Alright. So, we're just going to export all of our jewelry as it comes in. Okay. Alright, we're actually starting to get a few soldiers. That's good. I'd like more, though. But they'll slowly trickle in as we get more population. I hope. Right now, everything is just kind of like all of our pops are just kind of strewn about the area. And if I was smart, I can come in here and I can prioritize, like, different parts of our society that we may need. But, yeah, it's too much work. It's too much work. Too much effort. So I'm just going to settle for everything running slightly slower. Okay, I would still like to jump over here, though. Because I'm going to need a lot of population. I would rather go into debt than die. Like, if I had to choose between going into debt or dying, I would rather go into debt. Dunqul Oasis wasn't built in a day. Indeed. I want to do something like this. Yeah, these are kind of gross. There we go. I just have to be a little bit careful because obviously if I hit negative 5,000 Pharaoh bucks, then I just immediately lose the game anyway. So I have to be wary of that. But I think once the money starts rolling in from the jewelry, I think we'll be okay. It's just we gotta kind of try to get that train going. Okay. We'll put housing down here. We can put our firehouse and architect's post here. We'll put our water supply. And our bazaar. We'll put it right there. It won't be very desirable, but this is not going to be a desirable city. As long as the city is functional, I don't need it to be desirable. City Skylines? I like City Skylines. I was never very good at City Skylines, but I enjoyed playing the game. So, I don't know. I don't think I would ever record myself playing City Skylines, but I definitely enjoyed the game. Okay. The good news is we have plenty of food. How much food are we producing? We're producing enough food for 3,200 people, apparently. It turns out that hunting lodges are ridiculously efficient when they're placed right next to the granary. It might also be something to do with this being the remake. I might be mistaken, but I seem to recall that these ostriches would run a lot of times, and it would cause the hunters to take a lot longer to catch them. So it's very possible that they took out the ostriches running away from the hunters, and that just kind of made hunting lodges ridiculously efficient. It's just a theory, though. There's not really any basis to it. It sounds about as good as any other theory I have, so there you have it. All right, we now have way too much unemployment. Okay. All right, so I think... What else can we sell that we can personally produce? Is it just gonna be jewelry? Okay. I can open a route to sell granite and sandstone, but neither of those are very valuable. So it would only be gathering it for requests. We might have to build more jewelers. We might just have to go all in on jewelry. Because right now we need to start making money by any means necessary, basically. So here's what we're going to do, I think. Yeah, we can't do that. Let's get rid of... This is Osiris, right? This is Ra. Let's move the temple to Ra up here. And we're going to build a city palace. I'd actually like to build it right there. Is there any way that we could facilitate that? Did this. Yeah. And we could place the city palace there. Why? Because it has a lot of employment opportunity. This vault holds negative 2,900 gold. I think we need to, like, emergency inject some cash into our city. Let's see. Here? Yeah, let's give... Do I just want to give all of my money to the city? So, to explain for those who haven't been paying attention to the entire series, or this mechanic in general, whenever you build your dynasty mansion or your family mansion or whatever you call it, you start paying yourself an income that you take out of your cities. So if your city is doing very well, it's good to build that mansion so you can gain like a large amount of savings, which you can then use on later missions. It's kind of like a little bank you get for doing very well in the early game. So when I say that I'm going to be giving like 6,000 gold to my city, it's not that this money came out of nowhere. I've been saving this for a long time. The question is, do I really want to burn it all on this city? I'm thinking I might have to. I'm thinking I might have to. I'm going to give my city 5,000 gold. That's just going to put me in the green, basically. And that way I don't have to worry about immediately going bankrupt. Alright, so that gives us a little bit of wiggle room to build up our city a bit. So let's go ahead. We're going to put a statue down here. Yeah, that'll upgrade those housing. We can also put tax collectors here. That might actually be enough to cover the whole city, but I'm also going to put one up here too because I'm paranoid. And then we also need to start working on, yeah, we still can't do that request. We got to start working on this unemployment. I think it's a good idea to still cut some wood, because I think we're going to need it for requests at some point. Obviously, we don't need a metric ton of it to sell because our trade route for it closed down. But I still think we need a little bit of wood. There we go. And we're also going to put a what's this called? A booth, a juggler's booth right here. And this is going to have wood. And who knows? Maybe we'll be able to export wood later. Taxes are worst enemies. Look, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If I have to pay taxes, my fake ancient Egyptian citizens also have to pay taxes. That's just the breaks. They're just gonna have to deal with it, unfortunately. And then I think we can turn this area into like a janky little mining area. I don't know quite how we're going to do this. We can do something like that. And we can do something like that. And then we're gonna want to put 2 storage yards here. Nice. One's going to have granite. A new route to Saqqara has opened. Are we under threat of invasion? Is the game throwing curveballs to us now? I was sure that we were under threat to being invaded by this time. Did the game decide not to attack me? The game's just like, you know what? You were ruined last time. We're gonna give you a pass this time. Hey! Guess what, Pharaoh? I just started your sandstone stuff. So let's give us some time, and we'll get there. The game's just like, you know what? We're just going to give them a pass. All right, okay. Is it random? Is it variable? Does it have something to do with the wood? I'm just very confused right now because I thought the game was for the most part, scripted. Alright, so Sakara has opened up. Sakara will buy wood. Okay. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so we can go back to selling wood. We can sell jewelry. We're going to... we don't have to save wood. We're just going to drop a whole bunch of woodcutters, and then we'll never have to worry about wood again. Unless the trade route closes again. Alright, let's, Here, we'll just put some woodcutters up here. They'll find their way, I promise. There we go. Also, for the record, I way overbuild these buildings, but I know that if I don't, Bedouins went a different way. Maybe they did. It did say that the city was under siege, but, or Buen down here was under siege, but it was under siege last time too, so I don't know. Also, they're approaching the city and will attack within 6 months. Okay. Alright, well, I don't know. It's okay. I will accept the game's mercy. It's going to be absolutely awful trying to find a way to get 3,000 people on this map. Gross. Well, we can put some housing here. That'll be okay. And we can also put some gardens just to beautify this area a little bit. There we go. These poor people have to live next to the tax collector. That's unfortunate for them. Okay, we need 5 more sandstone. We'll definitely have that in time. Alright, alright. Why does English have so many unneeded letters? In Polish, we say Bedouini for those people. Yeah? I don't know. I don't know. If I understood English, I would probably be paid a lot more money than I am now. English is a very complicated language, and it's stupid as well. Okay. So, we can create pottery. That's what we need for our next level of housing, is pottery. But do we actually have someplace we can import clay from? That's going to be the next question. You sell ebony and wood, and you buy pottery. I might take that. That's not what we're looking for, though. You sell clay. Okay. So we can buy clay and turn it into pottery. We're definitely going to do that. Alright, we'll accept clay here. Nice, thank you. And we'll import the clay. Clay is very cheap. It only costs us 38 Pharaoh bucks to import it. And then, in theory, if we needed to, we could export pottery for 105. So that's a tiny amount of profit. But mostly we're probably going to use pottery for our own people. Do we want 4 potters? I think we only need 2. Stonks? Yeah, stonks. Alright, we're more popular. That's good. That's good because one of our mission objectives is to have 80 kingdom rating. Which is crazy considering how many crazy requests we've been getting. Okay. I'll put like a little line of gardens there. Nothing big, nothing stupendous. And of course, now things are going great. I probably didn't have to put that 5,000 gold into my city. But here we are. Here we are. Okay, so a Bedouin army will reach our city in 1 month. We are going to build a 3rd archer fort, because we're going to need it. Sooner or later, they're going to continue attacking us with increasingly large forces. But so far, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Once we get the pottery rolling in, these will upgrade, and then we need beer. Set is displeased. Is he? Oh, well. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. Oh, hey, we actually won the battle this time. Excellent. Set, are you mad? You are mad. Ooh. Well, first of all, why is he mad? Oh, well, that would explain it. It's because I built a second temple to the wrong god. Well, I have a solution for this. And it's a ridiculously big temple. We're going to put it right there. There we go. Thanks for putting that out, Tetrahedron. Because I'm fairly certain one of Set's Set is angry curses is to just strike down my army, and that would not have been a good thing. Alright, so what does the altar and oracle do for Set? Altar of Anubis gives citizens easier access to the eternal life. Mortuaries need less linen. That's not really going to be very useful for this game. And then the Oracle of Sekhmet endows priests of Set with the power to reduce the risk of crime they pass and to apprehend criminals in the city. That could be useful. We'll build the Oracle. I don't think we're ever actually going to get to the point where we're going to need linen, so I'm probably not going to worry about the linen. Alright, so we have a big fancy house. That's good. Or a big fancy house. A big fancy temple. We may be able to build some housing along here, but I don't think they'd be able to get some water. Water is very important. You need it to live, after all. Huh. Ideally, when you're building a city in this game, and I don't usually build them very smartly, you want to build, like, the housing from the river out, rather than in towards the river, like these. I don't know. That's actually set up all right. Like, a lot of times you'll see me build these cities, and I'll build, like, the housing along the riverside, and you kind of want to build them the other way. But it's fine. This is okay. We can deal with it. You know, something that I've noticed about this version of the game is that you don't really get blessings from the gods very often. I don't know if maybe I'm just not, like, how should I put this? Not being reverent enough, not providing enough religious buildings, or if they've, like, really cut back on how often you get benefits from, like, worshiping the gods. Because I remember, like, in the original game, you were getting blessings and curses from the gods all the time. It was almost a constant. I don't know. Alright, so we're just waiting for the pottery to reach all the way over to here. These still need pottery. But these should upgrade and do okay. Egypt has successfully conquered Dunqul Oasis, expanding our influence even further. Well, I'm glad while everything's on fire, we're still doing okay. So Dunqul Oasis was the other option in this mission line. So it's good that that's happening, I guess. Alright, so what are our requirements? We need to build a obelisk, that's good. And then we also need to get our culture to 20. Then we need 3,500 people. Getting 3,500 people on this map is going to be a massive pain. We're gonna have, like, housing over here. We're gonna have housing down here. We might be able to get a bunch of housing into this area if I can find an easy path across. I may have to cut down a lot of these trees, but I don't even know if I can get a path over here. Yeah, I think the bridge only works on like a 2 wide gap. So I'd have to put a bridge. There's actually like nowhere over here I could put a bridge. Oh no, I can't put a bridge over longer gaps over here. Okay. So how do I get over here? How do I get over here in such a way that it doesn't require me to go the entire length of the map? I'm starting to think the answer is you don't. So this is an interesting path. This will lead down to here. That might be the best we have. Okay. This isn't really an endeavor that I want to work on right now. But I can at least start laying the groundwork for it so that I don't accidentally screw it up, basically. Alright, for now we're going to put a roadblock there. But yeah, I think we're going to use that to kind of get down into here, and we're going to put some housing like right in here. And there's even ostriches over here, so we can even have our own food supply. Okay, alright. That will work a lot better than having to, like, go the whole way around this way. Yeah, because keep in mind, in order to get food and basically any supplies to the bazaar, one of... I'm not going to be able to see one now, am I? One of the trader people are going to have to walk to the resources. These people, the bazaar buyers, they have to travel to the granary to get food. So if I put housing all the way over here, or like over here, and I set up a road, they would have to walk the entire length of the map just to get food, and that would take way too long. What's going on here? Why does this not have road adjacency? Oh. Because it doesn't. Okay. Alright. That's fine. We don't need that one anyway. Alright. So, we're doing okay. What can we do about beer? Because we will need beer to upgrade our houses. Can we import barley? We can import chickpeas. We can sell barley. We can buy copper. You can make a real army. But I don't think we could sell weapons, so it would literally be only for personal use, yeah. It looks like we're going to have to buy beer directly. And that's going to be expensive. Well, both of these can be true, right? I can buy beer, and I can buy copper. I can do that. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this way. We're going to put down a storage yard here. This is going to have beer and copper in it. This is going to be expensive. Don't get me wrong. This is going to be very expensive. I'm also going to have this accept weapons, but only in half of the storage yard. And from here, I want to import. This is going to be so expensive. It's really expensive to import copper. But that's how you make your really good troops. Even though I'm kind of less than enthusiastic with the normal troops in this game. But it's fine. It's fine. And we're going to import beer. It's also going to be expensive. But we have so much wood. And we have so much jewelry that it should be fine. In fact, we actually need more gem mines. Which is kind of surprising, actually. Okay, well, if we put a couple over here. I'm actually a little bit surprised that these gem mines can't fulfill all of these. But maybe they just don't produce gems fast enough. I don't know. Alright, Sakara is willing to trade even more wood. That's very good for me. And then we're also going to want to build weapons. Weaponsmith. Weaponsmith? Weaponsmith. We're gonna do 3 of them? The big thing that I'm afraid of now is that we're going to get ridiculous weapon requests. Because we got that weapon request for 60 weapons earlier. And now I'm like, oh no, am I going to need that many weapons, or was that a one-off thing? I don't know. And I don't want to know if anybody in the chat knows. It's for me to find out. And then we also need to start building our obelisk, because that's going to take a while as well. So we're going to need a bunch of granites for that. So we might as well start stockpiling. How much is it? 100 granite. So we have 32, 64, 96. Yeah, and then 100 something. Nice, nice. Okay. I think I'm gonna save some money, especially because we're going to start spending a lot of it. But we're gonna start trying to save some money to build another expansion down here like I wanted to. Because we're gonna need it. We're going to need a lot more people. Yeah, Tetrahedron, 7 viewers. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I'll accept it. I appreciate everybody who comes out. It's especially crazy because this is, why don't you have water? Whatever. Whatever. That's fine. Especially because this is kind of a weird game to stream because it's such a long, slow process. But I appreciate people coming out to watch it. It's enjoyable to me to play this game. And being able to share it is great. Even if it deceives me and murders me very quickly sometimes. Although that's the first time that that's really happened, so I guess I can't complain too much. How does... Okay, it's just a time thing. It's just a time thing. I was confused as to why these people don't have courthouse access, but it's probably just because the magistrate walked this way. It'll figure itself out eventually. Alright, so I'm starting to get some weapons. That's good. I'm getting some beer. That's also good. I can start recruiting infantry now. But I also kind of want a military academy. I don't really know how valuable the military academy is in this game. So what the military academy does is it makes all of your troops better. Like if I pull up, okay, I can pull this up. Let's look up military academy real quick. Okay, it's just going to tell me about the military. You know, I probably should have seen that coming, but okay. In, like, the old game, it made your troops more durable, but I haven't really noticed that in this game. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, here comes the Kushites. That's fine. I guess we'll build it. We might as well. We'll build it, and we'll build an infantry fort. Plop it out here. And we'll go back to saving our money for a while. Alright. New soldiers finish their basic training at the recruiter. They seek to improve in quantity or quality and capability at the academy, but cannot receive till it's full quota because it doesn't have enough people yet. Recruiter and academy. Here we go. Men willing to fight for their city go to the recruiter's office to enlist. For additional training, they can proceed to the academy. Both the recruiter's office and the academy need road access. Recruiter's function is simple, sends troops to the army and provides them with any special weapons they may need. To equip would-be infantry, you need weapons, of course. To enlist charioteers, you need chariots from a chariot maker. We can't make chariots yet. I think that's... I don't know when we get the ability for that. But it's later on in the game. Men who dream of being archers supply their own bows and arrows, yeah. New soldiers leave the recruiter with dreams of glory and need weaponry, but with little wealth. The academy trades them. Green infantrymen, archers, and charioteers in the finer arts of war. They have completed their studies. So it doesn't really say anything except it's better and it has a negative effect on desirability. Okay. I'm glad that was so very helpful. A very useful use of my time trying to figure that out. Okay, well, the good news is we're almost halfway to the people requirement that we need. The bad news is we have a lot of people, a lot of unemployment, and we still need more people in the city. Population is always an awkward thing in this game because I always feel like you got too many workers and not enough things for them to do. Which I guess in Pharaoh it probably exists so you can build a bunch of work camps to get monuments done more quickly. But when you don't have a fancy monument to build, it just kind of becomes a bit weird. Alright. So, I want to build housing along here. Is it worth doing like a big long line of housing? I mean, we could just do like a bunch of houses over here. Like this. I mean, we might as well. That's not even that long of a housing line, but we can just keep it going. And we could just basically set this up the same way it's set up on the other side. We could set up our food and water here. Get our infrastructure buildings down. Plop a bazaar down. And we can also put a granary over here, along with a bunch of hunters. Yeah. That's way too many hunters, but that's okay. Well, you know how I said I was going to just keep running housing down this way? Apparently I lied. Apparently this is what we're doing. Apparently I've changed my mind. Pray I don't change it further. Alright, we could put a roadblock there, I guess. Okay, so what else do we need? I would like to... I can probably start exporting game meat, I guess? I mean, I might as well. I'm making a lot of extra food. Of course, I'm setting this up and I don't actually even know if I can export game meat. I can import it. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. We'll just load up a warehouse full of it. We might as well. We have so many population, and we're only going to get so much more. Also, we have two armies coming after us. We have an army from Kush and an army of Bedouins. Yes? Bedouin army attacks, and a Kushite army attacks. Okay. So we're going to start getting attacked by people. That's okay. I suppose having this warehouse down here will run food down here faster. So that's okay. I guess what we could do is we could bring the housing up this way. Yeah, we could probably do that. We need a position down here. And a booth. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Alright, so we have a lot of the granite that we need. We're just looking for 100. And then we also need a stonemason's guild and a carpenter's guild. And we might as well build a couple of those. I don't actually think we need many, but they provide workers, and we currently have a lot of unemployment, so sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Because funnily enough, all of these houses, like all of these businesses down here are already full of workers. So once these housings down here start upgrading, we're just going to have a whole bunch of extra people. So we could continue working on upgrading our housing. I don't really feel that's necessary, though. high octane army actions right there. Of course, another thing is that I would like to build a mansion and start making some money back in case I need money for later missions. In case the game decides it wants to try to pull something crazy on me again. Not that it would ever do that, but... Ooh. That is a lot of people. Well, hopefully we can win. Oh, yeah. That was a little bit of a jank animation there, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I did very well, and then, like, 3 dudes just cleaved their way through my archers. I lost a lot of archers there. Okay. Well, it is what it is. But yeah, I'd like to start making back some of my money, because I might need it for later. So let's go ahead... We're gonna put my Dynasty Mansion here. Okay, I have another trade route open to Neken. They buy papyrus, and they sell beer and pottery. That's not very useful unless I start making papyrus. Which, I mean... I do need papyrus to upgrade my housing farther. So yeah, I guess I will probably start selling papyrus at some point, probably. Maybe. I mean, I might as well, right? Yeah. Me going through, like, 3 different stages of acceptance of me exporting papyrus. There we go. So, the thing about papyrus and the reason why I decided I want to, not... Wait. Can I not import papyrus? Or can I not import reeds? Okay. Alright, game. There we go. Okay, I can import reeds. The reason why I decided to import reeds and sell papyrus is that it's a big money maker. So I import reeds very cheaply, and they sell for a lot. So any extra papyrus that I don't use is just free money, basically. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Reeds is some of the cheapest buildings, or cheapest raw resources you can buy, so that makes a pretty nice profit when you sell it. When you sell the finished good, not the reeds. Selling the reeds is basically worthless. Unless you really, really need money. Okay, so we can bring the housing along here, and we can create like a little block of housing around my family mansion. I think that'll be good. I think that would look nice. And of course we have plenty of game meat, so don't have to worry about that request falling through. And how does our standing look? Let's see. Oops. This one. 70 kingdom rating, that's good. 15 culture. That's gonna take a little bit of work to get up, but not that much. It's mostly the population requirement that's going to cause me problems. It does not take very long to build I was going to say the pyramid, but we're not building pyramids. We're building an obelisk. It doesn't take very long to build an obelisk. Yeah, I think this should be very close to the right amount of housing. I could be wrong about that, but I should provide a fair amount of people. And then we just have to wait for... Well, we don't have to wait. We have to get entertainment down here. Which, for some reason, is struggling, and I'm not sure why. Is this when we learn that jugglers can't cross... Okay, well, this guy immediately proved me wrong. I was going to say, is this when we discover that jugglers can't cross bridges? But no. No, he just doesn't go down that far, apparently. Ooh, construction project for Pharaoh? 20 granite? I mean, I kind of need the granite Pharaoh, but sure, why not? Well, let's just provide a whole suite of entertainment. That's fine. Of entertainment buildings down here. Yeah, like that. Complete and utter waste of money and time, but it's fine. It'll make people happy. Alright. So our unemployment is actually looking really good. And these people should do well, yeah. Lots of desirability around my family palace. And we could also build, like... What am I doing? We're gonna build something like that. And we're gonna put some temples here. There we go. That's great. That's wonderful. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Also, I just feel like it's important to note, it's not really relevant. This road is here for a reason. This road is here to guide you to build over here at the very start. Because in the original game, like, this is the remake, but in the original game, you could bridge these one-wide gaps. But apparently you cannot bridge these one-wide gaps in the remake. I hope we don't run into a situation later on where that becomes a problem. But it's just interesting. It's interesting. Oh, we need a courthouse over here too. And we need one down here. Yeah, like that. I think that would be fine. I think I'd rather put it over here. I think that'll work better. Oh, I'm at negative 2,700 gold. I should hold off on buying anything for a while. Now I'm at negative 37. Let's stop importing copper. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah. I might have to give the city more money. I did not realize that we were so much in debt. Oops. Yeah, woo debt. Hooray. I love being in debt. It's my favorite. We're still exporting enough that we should make that money back. It's just... I got a little bit build happy down here, I think. I can give the rest of my money to the city. That should save a few shekels. And I could plop a tax collector down over here. And a physician. But yeah, we're gonna have to be a little bit careful for probably about a year or so. Until we can actually get that resolved. Unemployment's looking pretty good though, I gotta admit. Yeah, I mean, eventually it'll work out. We still have so much wood down here. Kingdom rating is at 80. That's where we need it, right? Yeah, so we just need the pops, and we just need the monument built. And we have enough housing for 600 more people, and that's before these housings down here upgrade. So we're getting there. This was definitely like a very sweaty palm start. I mean, I shouldn't talk yet. We haven't won. All right, we're back in the positive. We still don't have 100 granite to build this monument. But we're doing okay. As I loosen my collar because I was so nervous earlier. Put a little bit more housing. Even though the foreign city of Dunqul Oasis has been subjugated by our troops, a new trade route to Dunqul Oasis can now be opened. Why is that worded so weirdly? Like, I would expect that to be the case. Like, if your army subjugated a foreign city, that it would provide some benefit to the Empire? I don't know. It's just wordly weirded. Okay, they buy jewelry. That's already worth opening that up. Although, we can't really sell the jewelry we have, so maybe we should expand our jewelry industry. We can do that. Yeah, we can do that. If you put more gemstones over here. Yeah, I'm in debt, it's fine. I'm always in debt. Do something like this. That's gross. We don't need that. And then we can put jewelers along here. And then we can also put a firehouse and an architect's post over here. There we go. So that should produce more jewelry for us, more luxury goods. And then we can sell more of it for a profit, and that's always very good. And it provides more jobs. That's excellent. All in all, it's a good thing. All in all, it is a good thing. Are all of these have desirability issues? You're living next to my house. What's there to be undesirable about? There we go. Problem solved. All right, so what does that bring our housing up to? Almost 1,000 more people. We're very close to having the housing that we need. But we're going to have a real unemployment problem when all these people move in. Even with the expansion to our operation over here. Okay. We should have enough for our monument now, yes? No. How much more granite do we need? We have enough granite. Game. Interesting. Okay, we have enough now, apparently? Okay, alright. Whenever I build an obelisk, I like putting it, like, right in the center of the city. The problem is that this city is so sprawled out, but I think it would look best right next to my, my city palace, right there. There we go. Alright. So, yeah, the carpenter needs to build scaffolding, and then the stonemasons will carve the obelisk. Oh, hey, Tally. How's it going? I'm sorry I didn't see you in chat. I've been so focused on this. This mission really put me to the test a little bit, especially in the early game. I actually lost. I lost the first attempt at this mission, which was kind of surprising. It's a privilege to live next to Lee's house. Yes, indeed. All right, a new trade route to that place has opened. Nice, nice. What does that place sell? Ooh, they buy the sandstone. They sell a bunch of other things. Okay. I don't think we really need that right now. So how did your Dead by Daylight game go, Tally? Did you win? I know Telly's been playing Dead by Daylight for his channel, which has spurred me to install the game again. I haven't yet decided if I want to jump in and play it again, but I have spontaneously purchased the game, or not purchased the game, but started downloading it again. Alright, so what are we waiting for here? The carpenters need to finish the scaffolding, but the carpenter... Oh, they have to produce the scaffolding. Okay. Alright, I understand. Alright, well, we probably don't need all of these warehouses, but we're gonna have a... we already have an unemployment emergency, and I don't think getting rid of more jobs is going to solve that problem. So, we do need another line of housing, though. Oh, no. Okay, my hyena enclosure is still there. That's good. So, we do need more housing. Where am I gonna put this housing? I have, like, neglected putting down plazas. Mostly because I haven't really had the money for it this game. But that problem is starting to resolve. Okay, that's good. It's a little bit of housing. What does that bring us to? 509 more pops. So we need... like a few hundred more people. Alright, I do kind of want to watch the stonemason work. So, in earlier, like, in the old version of the game, you could see the stonemason, like, fall off of the obelisk. But it doesn't look like that's going to be a feature here because he's currently working on carving the obelisk from inside the obelisk. So, there's that. Yeah, totally. Unfortunate. Okay, so what we could do, we already have the papyrus for it. We could just plop down a few scribe schools. I actually completely forgot about that. It's not really a good place over here. You died both times. Your first game was much better than the second one. You'll get better as you play the game. I think I mentioned to you on your Discord, it's a game that requires a lot of learning and a lot of patience. It's not an easy game to learn. There we go, we'll do that, and we'll put the other scribe school right there. There we go. Alright, so upgrading our housing will give us a little bit more pop room. We could even probably import a second type of food. That's very doable with the way my economy is right now. Okay, alright, I see. Yeah. Obelisk is super fast, super easy to complete. You're at a loss for what public transit to use? Bicycle. Oh, you mean in city skylines? My bad. I'm thinking you meant IRL. Okay, so where are we at? We should be fine with everything. Yeah, everything's good. We just need 3,500 people. We're at 3,000. We're so close. We need enough people before people start leaving because of no unemployment, because of no work. All right, let's just like put a couple clusters of houses down. And on top of that, we're going to start importing a second food type. We'll import chickpeas. Why not? Need some good old chickpea action here. We'll import 3,200. Nice. All right, so that should help our housing upgrade. Hopefully it'll upgrade enough that we'll actually have 3,500 people. 17 unemployment. We're just gonna ignore that. We're just gonna ignore our unemployment problem. That sounds like a problem for another governor, not me. All right, and I should probably actually like try to get like water and food to these people if I want them to do anything. Yeah. You know what? They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out eventually. Could also put a line of housing like this. I'm just trying to squeeze enough housing out of this that I don't need to to worry about building another section. All right, 336 more people. If everybody comes in before people get mad and start leaving, we should be good to go. Whew. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my second attempt at this city. I don't know what happened the first time. I have no idea why I was attacked so quickly and with so many enemies. It's just, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. Got a 20,000 population city, a massive downtown, and a rather disconnected suburb. I should go back and play City Skylines again. Now that I'm kind of a little bit more familiar with it. My problem tended to be, like, I would focus too much wood, too wealthy. My problem with City Skylines would tend to be that I would just focus on the one city and not, like, there was no end goal with City Skylines. Like, you just kind of built your city until you got bored of it. Alright, we only need 200 more pops. Come on, people. Come in, please. Hurry. I mean, people are still immigrating. You don't collect most of the taxes owed? Really? That's a problem? I mean, it seems like everybody's paying their taxes. Oh well. Whatever, it's fine. It may just mean... They may just mean this year, because the year just ticked over. We haven't collected most of the taxes yet this year. That's the only thing I can think of. That's a lot of unemployment. Come on. We just need a couple more people. High unemployment make your people seek jobs elsewhere. It sure does. We only need like 50 more people. I love how this like one little house here, it doesn't even have water. Like everywhere else around it is doing just fine. It's just this one house off the beaten path just doesn't have anything of value. That's okay. That's all right. Okay, we just need a couple more people. Come on. Come on in. We have plenty of jobs. There's so many jobs around. You wouldn't believe how many jobs are around in this city. Look, we have fancy pathways everywhere. Look how happy everybody is. People love this city. I'm actually rather happy with the way this turned out. This actually looks really nice. Like, this scribal school may never get papyrus, but that's okay.
You have managed to provide for your people while Egypt crumbles around you. Your family's skill will serve Egypt well in the difficult
time to come. Also, that end screen jump scare. All right, but yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. All right, there we go. Next mission.